And welcome to the Omnic Fallout. We are your hosts, Uniedge and Nymphadora. How you doing today, Nymphadora?
I'm good. I'm sleepy. I've been lazy all day. Well, I can't say I've been lazy. I've actually been productive in my house today, but I'm sleepy nonetheless. What have you been up
Uh,
to?
Not a whole lot, not a whole lot. Need to get schoolwork done, but WoW has been president. I think I'm gonna, as soon as this is done, I'm gonna get all my schoolwork done. Well, most of my schoolwork done for the week. I'm not gonna be able to get all of it done, but
Right.
anyway, this is a podcast about all things Blizzard and Overwatch related, and yeah, we're just gonna have a lot of fun today and talk about a few things. What have you done this week in gaming?
I actually did a good bit of Overwatch on last Friday. I did a thing where I had people come in and play with me. Had some followers come in and play with me. So we played for like 5 hours. So got to
Oh,
play
sounds fun.
the new map, and it was a lot of fun. Got to go into season 2 competitive. I haven't finished all 10 games yet to see where I land, but I competitive so far is much like it was towards the end of season 1. Um,
I've been holding back on competitive play.
I like it so far. It's definitely better than it was at the beginning of season 1. Um, we met a guildmate yesterday. We went out to dinner last night. I usually stream on Tuesday nights, but instead we went and had dinner with a guildmate who's in town working. So that was kind of fun.
That's awesome.
Meeting a guildmate. What's
Think
up,
about it.
Kia? All right.
In like what, a month and a half, maybe we're gonna meet each other.
I know. I'm excited. I'm excited. I can't wait to meet more people.
We're playing with the idea of doing a podcast at BlizzCon, but it's not going to be live. It's not going to be recorded like where there's people in the background or anything. It's probably going to be in a hotel room somewhere in a dark place.
Yeah, I think that'd be fun just to kind of talk about what's going on at Blizzard, because I'm not going home until Monday, so I would be game to do that after, or even during it one night. Just be like, yeah,
I'm
so this
thinking
is what
like
we talked about
I'm
today.
thinking about like day one, after day one. Like we'll go, me and Sam will go eat dinner. Then me and you will meet up like after dinner or something, and then we'll do that, and then we'll go do something fun. I don't know, figure something out.
That'd be cool. That'd be a lot
Because
of
like
fun.
day one morning and then the day before is going to be chaos. Like,
Oh yeah,
I'm
I'm
planning
excited.
on I'm planning on getting there. My hotel room doesn't start until like the night before, so I'm planning on getting there the day of, like, and then driving all the way to the convention center, picking my tickets up, which is going to be like an hour and a half ordeal probably. I've done this several years now, so I've come to expect what's going to be going on there. Maybe they'll have the store open again early. Last year they had the store open early, which was very interesting. But then again, I'm not gonna have that much extra cash this year because I've been unemployed for like 4 months.
What? How far away are you driving out there?
Yeah, I'm gonna be driving out there. It's gonna be like a 20 something hour drive.
Ugh.
But
Are you
I
gonna
mean,
swing by and pick up Sam?
yeah, that's gonna add like 2 hours to it. But yeah, that's what I'm gonna do. I'm gonna go and swing up to her area, pick her up, and then drive straight to California from there.
At
We're
least
gonna
you won't be
be
by yourself.
Yeah, and we're gonna be leaving at like probably I'm thinking 11 p.m. at night is what I'm gonna do. Like I'm gonna sleep probably from like 11 a.m. to maybe like 9 p.m. Get up, get the car packed, get some sandwiches and food made. I pack an ice chest, and then like throw it all in the car, and then like swing and pick her up, and then we'll probably leave San Antonio around 11. Is what I'm planning.
Yeah. I'm flying out Tuesday because it's cheaper to fly out on a Tuesday. Um, and staying until Monday because I mean we also have friends. Like my husband's from California, and so I mean going out there early is not out of the ordinary for me because I can go out and meet up with friends and spend time with friends and family out there. So
I've been thinking about it, but like I don't have anybody that I know out there, so it's not like anywhere I can stay for free. So if I go stay early, I have to pay for hotel room. I have to go do all that
yeah,
stuff, and it's like really expensive to stay in Anaheim, like in any any like anyway, like no matter what
it
you do.
is. It is. He my husband's best friend lives in Anaheim, so he's God, I think he's maybe 20 minutes from Disney, so that'll be really nice and convenient. But I also have a roommate who is gonna come and stay in the hotel room with me,
Mm-mm.
possibly another roommate. Um, so depending on she stuff happened with her room, so she's got like two or three different people who are like opening up their room for her. So she might also room with us, maybe not. And then my husband might be able to actually make it, so we may have a full room this year at BlizzCon.
It's gonna be me and Sam. Let me see where our hotel's gonna be. I can't remember.
We're just
Brr.
on the other side of Disney, so we're about a mile and a half from the convention center, so it's not too
Yeah,
far.
I'm gonna be checking in on November 3rd, 2 p.m. I'm gonna be about like 2 miles from the convention center, maybe. But I'm gonna have my car this time, so it's not gonna be that bad.
Yeah.
And if anything, like if we don't feel like walking to the convention center, we can always just like Uber our way over there or something.
Yeah, that's what we were all thinking. It's like there's Uber, and then you've got the bus system that also it may be cheap to get like a bus card or whatever because it's
Mhm.
Disney. There's a lot around there for transportation.
Oh
So
yeah, I'm gonna Discord you my hotel because I don't feel like putting it out there.
oh no, it's fine.
This is where we're gonna be staying.
I'll send you mine later. But yeah, that's exciting. I'm glad. I can't wait to meet up with you guys out there. That'll be a lot of fun. So yeah, we should probably do a podcast, right?
Yeah, I'm thinking about it. It's gonna be depending because everything's gonna be chaos around then.
Oh no, I mean right now we should probably do a podcast.
Oh yeah, that would probably be helpful.
So I think we should talk about the like main thing that's going on right now.
So
Metzen.
what's funny is we had in school we had a make a presentation to make a presentation about and like breaking down a presentation.
Mhm.
So we had a presentation. I did mine on the one that Metzen gave about the launch of Warlords of Draenor and everything, and then I also did it about the launch of Overwatch. And I broke down like his because I've always seen him as like a very good public speaker, very
Oh
motivational. Yeah,
yes.
so I did it on him, and then like after I turned it in and I got my grade and everything, it's like Metzen retires. I was like, really?
I just got done praising him and he's retiring. Oh man. So, okay, spoilers for those of you who haven't played Legion yet. We will be having spoilers because I got to have somebody to talk to, right?
Yeah,
So, I just got done doing the enhancement shaman uh uh
artifact weapon.
artifact weapon thing quest chain. So Thrall basically retires in the freaking game. Like, what the heck?
Also, the way he loses Doomhammer, man, that has like irked me so much.
He
He
just throws
basically
it into the maelstrom
he
after the
basically
demon?
does this. He's like, "Oops."
I
Oh.
know. And he's like going through and he's like, oh, I haven't talked to the
Elements.
the elements since I killed
Garage.
Garrosh and the hammer. Da, da, da. So it's so reminiscent of like Thor.
Yeah.
First and foremost, I'm like, oh god. And then
And he's at 10%
when
the
you see
entire.
the freaking Doom Hammer, it's like, oh my god, are you kidding me? You are worthy of picking up Doom Hammer. That right there just made me laugh. But then he's like, I need to do some soul searching. And I said, oh my God, Metzen, you freaking tell us in the game you're retiring. No one picks up on it. And then you could, oh my God, really? Really, dude? Just, I could not stop laughing. Yeah.
It was hilarious. Like I didn't make that connection until now, but like it was really funny, and I just couldn't get over the fact of how he lost Doomhammer. I was just like, "What, man? Really?" And then you don't see him the rest of Legion. That was it. Like he's gone. He's absent. He's
He
nowhere to be
freaking
seen.
retires. He retires. He goes off. I'm telling you, man.
It's like it's a great time for the world shaman to like, yeah, I'm throwing in the towel. Yeah. The world's coming to an end.
Oh
I've
my God. I could not stop laughing at that. But he did say that he is gonna still voice Thrall, so he's not completely going away. And he
I
just
still see him at BlizzCon from time to time. He's probably gonna be
oh
there.
yeah, I don't. He's one of those people that we were talking about this with our guildmate last night. He's just one of those guys. Like he's still young. He's one of those guys that he likes what he does, and so 2 years from now, there's no way he's not going to be bored out of his freaking mind. He's gonna want to do something, and if he's not,
I hope if he does go do something that he goes back to Blizzard and like
oh no doubt,
picks up his yeah. I don't want to like as much as bad as it sounds. I don't want to see him go off and do what all these other devs and VPs have been doing, like go start up their own like new uh gaming studio or join another studio. Like I
I
want to see Chris Metzen in Blizzard because he is the face of Blizzard. I mean, let's be honest. Like Mike Morhaime is the face of Blizzard as much as he is,
yeah.
but he is like the most prevalent. He is somebody that everybody knows in
It's like
some.
the way you described it the other night. He's like everybody's best friend that they never met.
Yeah, like if you were a Blizzard fanboy or fangirl in any way, you know Metzen. You've known him. You always will know him by like you'd be like, oh yeah,
Yeah.
that's you may not even know his name, but you know his face.
Oh yeah, definitely. And I think it's awesome that he's retiring. I get, it completely makes sense why he's retiring because there's a lot going on. He's
And you can
got
tell
a
that he's tired
third.
as well because
Yeah.
he's been doing it for 27 years. He's 42. Yeah, it's a young age to be by all means that is a young age to be retiring. But I mean, he has been putting everything into this company for 27 years straight, solid.
Yeah, and his family still like he just had a third baby and all of his kids are under the age of 10. So, I
Yeah.
mean, he wants to be there for his kids and Blizzard is doing nothing but ramping up even more because
Mhm.
it's I mean with Overwatch being so popular this year with Legion doing so well with Heroes coming back with the Diablo hype like everything is just getting hyped up again and Blizzard is just doing well. It's a good time for him to step away and say I'm gonna let the new people, do some stuff, and I'm gonna
I
take a
see
break
him
and chill out with my family, and maybe come back later.
I see him coming back in like 5 to 10 years.
I
Like once his kids get some age, like once they're like,
When
to
they all
understand
start
that
school.
yeah, and daddy's got to go to work and like he needs to like I completely understand that he needs to make an impression on his kids that he's there for them and that he's going to be there for them and he's got to take time to relax with his family. Like I mean that's
Oh
just
yeah,
everyone and he's in the position where he can do that, which not many people can, and that's a good thing.
exactly.
He needs to do it while he can.
I think it's great, and it's being a wife. I'm sure his wife really appreciates him going. You know what, honey? I'm gonna come home and help you out because I know you probably have a hard time right now with 3 kids. So I think that's a really awesome thing. I'm
I
excited for
I
Metzen.
still see like him being part of Blizzard in some capacity. Like I still see like I don't think he's gonna like walk completely away from him. And I'm still
No
see him
way.
like putting like ideas forward and maybe like just like sending it to them in a way.
Maybe he'll start writing books.
Yeah, like I mean, well, he's been writing books. Like for
But I
instance, he
mean
did this.
more. Like
Yeah, like he was one of the main people behind this one right here.
maybe Chronicle is what kind of said, "Hey, you know what? Maybe I kind of want to do this for a while." And that way he can focus on that and not have to worry about game developing.
Yeah, and I forgot to turn off my air conditioner. Uh,
Uh-oh.
can you hide my cam for a sec?
No, hold on. Yes, you're hidden now.
Okay.
um
But
so
yeah, like he is the most well known person in Blizzard, and I think he will be for a while. And when he does decide to come back into, if he does decide to come back into the mix, he's not going to have any trouble getting back in. I doubt he'll ever have any trouble.
no, I agree. I think I think that, I think, doesn't he have, I'm sure he's like got a seat on the board or something like that. So he probably will still help make executive decisions, because a lot of people like that who have been with companies since the beginning do have an executive seat. And so when they do quote unquote retire, they're still on that seat. So they still have, you know, some say so in like ideas and stuff
Hmm.
like that. So
He's probably not even gonna. They're probably not even gonna take his name off of his office. They're just probably leave it there.
no
And
one touches this office. We're hoping he comes back.
this is his. This is his summer home.
This is his summer home. Yes.
uh,
So we wish you the best luck, Metzen, and we're glad that you're going to keep hanging out around, at least for Thrall and hopefully other things. So, speaking of other devs,
yeah. We got Rob Pardo changing things up. He left a little while ago. We'd known about that for a while, and well, I'll let you go ahead with it.
I don't know Rob Pardo as much as I know Metzen,
I
but
don't think many people know any of the other devs as much as I know Metzen, but yeah, I understand where you're coming from.
he started up a studio in Irvine called Bonfire,
Hmm.
and so it's set at what, 75 million ish, I think is what it's at, 25 million in funding for the company, and so they're gonna
Which,
be,
interestingly enough, their biggest investor is Riot Games.
yeah, and
Which you
they
think it would be
are
like something else, like Blizzard, but
they have people like the dude from the Oculus, Androsine Horowitz or whatever, who led the funding for that gaming device, is also
Mhm.
part of the team. So they haven't started building anything. All he's done is just get funding so far. So I don't know what they plan on doing. I don't know what games they plan on coming out with, what type of games, because they're kind of all over the place with who is actually invested in it. So I'm with Oculus involved. I think they may go towards the VR realm of things, just because
Mhm.
that's getting hot right now. So
Honestly, like if we lose Mike Morheim and then Jeff Kaplan and then Samwise Dieter, we've lost like every single like the most notable people from Blizzard. Like cuz everybody know in some compassion also knows Samwise, like
hmm
because he's the main one of the main artists for a very very long time.
I mean, these guys have been around for 20 something years. That's a long time to be at one company, and that's really rare to be with a company for that long anymore.
Mhm.
So, I mean, I understand people leaving and trying new ventures. That's pretty normal, pretty common. So, we wish you the best of luck, and we hope that you don't try and compete with Blizzard, Rob.
In fact, I think I have Samwise Dieter's autograph,
Oh,
if
that's
I
cool.
remember right.
Nice. Very
But
nice.
somewhere, I'll look while you. Anyway,
So, on to Overwatch. That's that's the two biggest, like, just straight up Blizzard related news.
Hmm.
Um, is, the two devs and their cool things happening. So Overwatch patch notes have so if you've been playing Overwatch a lot lately, which I know you haven't as much as you have Legion, Mercy
Yeah.
has been getting play of the game after play of the game after play of the game, for like reses for one person or two people. And it's really shitty play of the games. Like the algorithm that they placed for Mercy, which I get why they put it in there. You want really good clutch play of the games where they res, but they're bad reses. So they took that out. They're like, yeah,
Thank
this is
God.
happening a little too often. So they adjusted the Mercy play of the games because she was getting it a little too much. Um, they upped the payload on Eichenwald. They made it a little bit faster because it was a little slow. Um, and then there's a bunch of general just general notes for balances and stuff like that. The defense matrix got its regeneration delay is now 1 second instead of half a second, which I think was smart because her defense matrix was a little too good.
Oh yeah, it was it's still annoying. Like I was playing a match right before and like I could not get a single landmine through. Like I was just like boom, and then she would just immediately shoot it out of the sky. I was like, are you serious with this?
Yeah. Um. So that's nice.
Oh
That
wow, I
they
just
kind of
realized I have
adjusted.
Ben Styles autograph.
Cool. So Hanzo's experience is he's got a 30% decrease in speed while aiming. So he's a little bit faster when he's aiming. His projectile speed has increased by 30%, and his arrow size has been reduced by 33%. So you got to be a little bit more accurate when you play Hanzo now, which is nice because
Yeah, a lot of people were complaining about that, like the snap too. Like, oh well, you're
yeah,
dead just because you were in a general area.
yeah. Um, Genji, of course, got his like massive uh stuff done, his nerf, because he really needed it. The double jump no longer resets with wall climbing, so he can't like double jump, wall climb, then double jump again.
Yeah, I know a lot of people that were pissed about that. Like, I didn't know them, but I saw them on online, and they were livid.
Yeah.
Like you
Uh,
broke it.
and it's like, no, Genji was a little he was a little too mobile in a game that only has so many good mobile people. Um, and you couldn't counter his mobility because he would kill Junkrat's steel trap, which no longer happens. He will actually get caught in the trap now. He doesn't interrupt quick melee attacks anymore. Um, and his duration for his ultimate went to 6 seconds, which I think is a huge, huge difference. I mean, I know it's just 2 seconds. It went from 8 seconds to 6, but 2 seconds in a quick
Yeah.
game like that really makes a big difference.
It,
Um,
just a second in any game can make a change. Honestly,
yeah,
it doesn't matter where you're coming from. It could just if you would take any move and like add or subtract a second from it changes that hero almost entirely.
yeah. I think he's a little bit easier to counter now, because you've got those things like Widowmaker, her Venom Mine. He also takes damage from her Venom Mine now because he used to, when he did his Swift Strike or whatever, it would if he went over the two mines, he would just damage them instead of he would like break both traps instead of taking damage. So,
Yeah.
and then a couple other things. Lucio's amp it up. His movement speed was decreased, so it's not 100% increase for everyone. It's only 70% increase. McCree's Deadeye now drains over a 25-second period, or a point 25-second period instead of displaying a 50% reduction. on the ultimate meter when activated. So basically what that means is when he would do his ultimate, if he canceled it, it would immediately go to 50%. Where now, instead, it's just a drain when you start the ultimate. So,
Yeah.
depending on where you cancel it, it will go back up, from there. May's Blizzard now will projectile now pierces barriers. Okay, so that means it will go through like Reinhardt's shield. Now, instead of bounce off of his shield. Jeff, I don't know if I agree with that because his shield's supposed to reflect most everything. But I mean, all of these we've gone over before. But that's pretty
Yeah,
much what's.
we wanted to fresh it up because now it's a lot of them are in the game that when they launched them they weren't all in all at once.
Yeah.
They just kind of slowly rolled it out with the implication of implementation. I can't. What English hard? Implementation of season 2. They started to roll it out slowly, so it just all wasn't at once.
I thought Genji was gonna be actually rolled out a couple weeks ago, but he wasn't. It was rolled out this week. So all of the character changes that we talked about a couple weeks ago,
they're now live on PS4 and Xbox One as well.
Yes.
Regionally, they were all launched on PC, but now they're all out on PS4 and Xbox as well.
Yes. So that's pretty much what happened in this past patch. Lots of cool stuff, lots of good stuff, lots of bug fixes. But yeah.
Mm-hmm. And a lot of esports changes coming out. Immortals has acquired a Overwatch team for E-League now. And it's going to be interesting to see what happens at BlizzCon now because of all the esports that have been going on lately. A lot of the finals have been wrapping up. I mean, not finals, but semifinals leading up to BlizzCon. Who's going to go? Who's not going to go? I haven't had my ear to the ground completely about it, but I've heard that there's been a lot of upsets in the league so far.
Yeah, I am going to. I talked to the guy from DragonCon this week, and so the tickets are available. So I'm gonna look at the tickets and just kind of go see what the LAN thing is, see what it's about, see what they have, because Turner, is trying to get really into it. So we'll see how that goes. See what it's like.
Is this gonna be a Road to BlizzCon match?
I believe this is part of the
excuse me,
the 75,000 one that we talked about last week. That's supposed to be like an international one.
Mm-hmm.
I think it's part of that one.
Okay.
I'm not exactly sure. I don't know a whole lot about Esports Arena, but I will probably learn a whole lot next week.
Yeah, we're gonna have to do a lot better on it because I am not good at esports either. Like I could only tell you maybe 3 esports teams names, honestly. It's just one of those things that's never been competitive gameplay has never been that attractive to me. Like as far as watching, playing it always has been, but just it's like watching baseball for me. It's like I'd much rather be playing. As a softball player growing up, I prefer, unless I'm at the stadium, it's more fun when you're actually there watching the game. Not or like if you're supporting somebody that you know.
Yeah.
That's like a friend of yours, then yeah, that's also interesting and fun to do.
But so, I mean, that'll be cool. Well, something different to try out, see how it is. I'd never been into the esports arena stuff either, so we'll see how it goes.
Yeah, I'm interested.
So the Bastion video, I don't remember if we spoke on it a little bit, but I thought it was kind of cool. I thought it was a beautiful video.
It was. I thought it was probably one of the good ones, one of their better ones.
Yeah, Dragons was my favorite, and then the Bastion one came out. I still think Bastion is a cheap character in the game. I still do. I think he's a cheap character, but his
He's not
video
as cheap
was
as he was when he first came out, though, because when he first came out, rough.
not everybody uses him anymore either. He's not quite as popular as he used to be, and I think it's because people have learned how to play the game.
I've played a couple games now where I haven't even seen him in, like, in
Yeah,
like, nobody picks him on either side, and I'm talking defense maps, like attack defend maps, like, it,
same.
like, you don't see him anymore, and used to, he was like number one go-to pick. Somebody was there.
Yeah, I know. Even on the maps where they usually have a Torbjorn, at least they don't go with Bastion. It's been really weird. I'm like, okay, all right. The Bastion video comes out. You have all this Bastion love, but I haven't seen Bastions lately. So just for nostalgia purposes, I played Bastion the other day. Just because nobody else was. I was bad. I suck at Bastion. I don't get up and move. In order to do Bastion well, you do have to actually move, and I don't. I'm lazy.
Yeah, but they do have the animation cancel on him now, which is absurd.
Yeah.
Like, it's disgusting absurd, but
It is cool to watch him ulting and Ana throw him into sleep, throw a sleep dart on him, and it just takes him out. It's pretty funny to watch. It's like,
yeah.
Nice.
It's really funny when someone just like completely destroys his ult and in general. It's really funny.
Oh man, but yeah, I thought that it was just a stunning, like, just gorgeous.
And with that video, didn't they also release like a plush of the little bird?
Yes, they have a Ganymede now, and I totally
Yeah.
want it. Oh my god, it's so cute.
I should get it. It would be so cute with my Pepe up there.
I want it so bad.
It's really funny how big Pepe became in the Warcraft like thing when you think about it.
I know, it's so funny. I like Pepe. I don't know why. He's just so cute. And I like him when he's like on your head. It's really cute.
I remember when I remember the first person that I saw that discovered it, or not the first person that saw it discovered, but the first person that I saw that discovered it was Commander Holly from Game Grumps. She's also a professional cosplayer.
Nice.
I don't know if you know her or not.
The name sounds familiar.
Yeah, do you know Rubber Ross?
No.
He did a lot of animations, a lot of famous animations on Newgrounds, and is now part of Game Grumps with Aaron Hansen and all of them. Anyway, that's his wife. She I remember her just making a big deal about it, and I immediately latched on.
Nice, very nice. Yeah. So, yeah, Ganymede is available. You guys should go check it out at the Blizzard store.
Whew. So some small hotfixes came out.
Yeah.
A lot of them pissed a lot of people off. I'm not gonna lie; they're not ones that are listed under here, but I'm gonna go ahead and explain to them the ones that came out.
Yeah.
So, Brofist Idol.
Now we're moving on to Legion, by the way.
Oh yeah, Legion Warcraft stuff. Sorry. Brofist Idol. This is probably one of the most annoying ones. It used to launch you like 30 feet into the air.
Oh yeah.
Now it launches you like 1 foot. Literally, it like you can't even notice. Like the couple times I did it, I didn't even realize that it did anything at the after the hotfix. Like I was like, did it like cancel or something? And then I like watched it really closely, and I saw like a fist come up, punch me, and then I hit the ground real quick. I was like, are you serious?
Now, where did that come from?
It was something that was sold by the used shaman deal, used totem dealer by the shameless shaman.
Okay.
And it was an idol that you could buy, and it was part of the components that could help you fly around Broken Isles.
Gotcha.
Because traversing Broken Isles, as everybody knows, is a headache in its own right.
Well, it's like Warlords. You have to...
A little rougher, though. Because Warlords had flat terrain.
Yeah, because of all... Yeah.
75% of the Broken Isles is mountains. Like...
Yeah.
And so
And
and
finding the right path, because Stormheim itself, like, it's it's really hard to find the right path sometimes.
yeah, but once you figure it out, it's like the fastest area to level in anyway. Uh, but going back to like that, the second item that was part of the flying trio was the rock feather glider. It was on a 5 minute cooldown, and every 5 minutes you could glide like for 1 minute, and it was like a fast glider. Like it was like the goblin glider. You would go extremely fast forward, like forward at like a 25% decrease in height over like a little bit of time. And that combined with that was nerfed to have a 15-minute cooldown, so that was also annoying. And then they added a 1 second. There was another item called the Emerald Winds that would give you elevation while you were using your Goblin Glider. So like you would be doing this, and it would bump you up, bump you up, bump you up, and it would go for 2 minutes. And they added a 1 second 1 second cooldown for every time that you could use the bump. So they were like, "Yeah, we really don't want you doing that," and it pissed off a lot of people.
Oh, that's so. Oh my god, really? That's so.
You could still do it, but you can't do it as well as you could before.
I feel like that's so minuscule of a thing to even nerf. Like,
Especially since
why?
we're getting flying later on in the expansion. Like, why? What was the big deal? Like,
Yeah.
it wasn't breaking the game. It wasn't like giving some people advantage. I guess technically it was giving certain people advantage in PvP, but not really. It's only if you're doing world PvP, and who cares about world PvP in the end anyway? Because it's all a shit show to begin with. Like, no, I'm sorry. World PvP is a shit show, no matter how you look at it.
I
It,
don't
it
PvP, so
well,
I think
world
PvP is
PvP, like
horrible.
75% of world PvP is people who are not wanting to participate in world PvP. Like that's what it boils down to. I think world PvP should be kept to the battlegrounds personally, or like
I hate
on a
PvP.
PvP realm if you want to do that. But
Yeah.
the problem is like you'll be doing something, and all of a sudden you'll come across this certain areas are free for all PvP areas, and you can accidentally wander into them.
Oh, that's lame. That's luckily I haven't wandered into PvP areas yet.
Yeah.
But I hate personally I don't like PvP, which is why I will probably never get the purple proto drake because I have to do the PvP stuff um in the
I'm
children's
definitely
week.
gonna do it.
So I can't and I can never get it because I hate PvP so much. So
It's not that bad, honestly, and I'm probably gonna be doing it so I can get my artifact weapon skin eventually. But not that I really want that particular artifact skin, but I think once you do it, it gives you an achievement that unlocks it across all. But I'm not sure. I think it.
okay.
I'll have to double check on that, but I'm pretty sure it does. But
Well,
anyway,
if it's an achievement, yeah, it should unlock across all,
I
like,
think it
cause
does.
that's account wide. So
I'm not sure though. I'll have to check. It might be just a reward, like that you get for prestiging, like a certain reward. Because like you get a reward every time you level up. Like not every time
yeah,
you level. Sometimes you get a talent, and then sometimes you'll get a level up.
yeah.
Which I had to do say though, like I do like the PvP talents and how they've changed things around and how they've made things more interesting than a PvP realm. So like it makes PvP as a viable part of the game now. As like like in the past, it was like, well, you've got to do all this like prerequisite shit. That's gonna take you at least like 6 to 7 days of like doing nothing but PvP to even get part of the set
It's gone
that you need.
away from gear centric back to skill centric, essentially.
Yeah,
Um,
which is where it should have always been.
yeah,
Like,
which I agree. PvP should be skill centric. You should because you're playing against other players. It should straight up be skill. It shouldn't matter what your gear is because if you're a better player, you should be able to kill the person who is even outgears you because they suck at playing.
mm-hmm. And anyway, moving on from that, there's very few other changes. There's a couple changes to hunters, some kind of pet appearance thing, which doesn't really matter. Paladins, judgment's damage was on secondary targets should match the damage of the primary target. Priest, clarity of will's maximum shield size will be increased by versatility. Shaman, the feral lunge will no longer cast threat on the enemies. Class hall changes, the amount of follower experience granted by missions has been increased because I don't know if you've noticed, but if you're trying to level up a follower, it takes a freaking long time.
Yeah, it does.
Lower level followers should now have access to more missions, even when the player has a very high level followers active. Players who fail to be rewarded Heimdall through the resolution of Jorturum are granted him as a follower after entering their class hall, which I think that's like a warrior one. Not really sure.
Yeah, I don't have a warrior, so I don't know.
And anyway, like a couple changes to dungeons. Players should no longer be no longer be able to apply for pre-made group finder parties for Arcway and Quarter Stars if they do not have access to these dungeons. So I don't know if you know about the Arcway and Quarter Stars. Do you know?
No, I do
Okay,
not.
so they are mythic only dungeons, Quarter
Gotcha.
Stars and Arcway. But to access them, you have to be attuned. To be attuned, you have to get to 8,000 out of 12,000 rep with the Nightfall and complete the Statecraft quest line.
Oh
Once
yeah,
uh,
okay.
you'll have access to these. So previously, you could join these groups, but you could not enter the dungeon. So like it would be like a lot of people are like, I'm gonna do this dungeon, and then they couldn't do it, like because they didn't have the attunement yet.
Yeah. Well, that makes sense.
Yeah.
Makes sense.
Uh,
There
then
have
there's a
been a
couple
lot of like little hot fixes and stuff like that the last couple of weeks. Just basic maintenance.
basic new expansion.
Yeah. Um.
I'll let you go ahead and talk about that.
So, um, the Blu-ray DVD for Warcraft is coming out on the 27th, September 27th.
Mhm.
So, if you go and buy a special edition of the movie, you will get some epic loot. They're giving Medivh in Hearthstone, Gul'dan and Heroes, and a copy of WoW with 30 days of free gameplay for new players.
Mhm.
So, um, if you guys ever wanted to try out WoW and haven't tried it, you get an opportunity just by buying the movie. Which I mean, the movie was good, so I recommend buying it anyway because I
Yeah,
liked it. It was entertaining.
I already
Um,
pre-ordered a steelbook copy, and if you do want to get a steelbook copy, I've only seen so far anyway. Let me put a correction on that. That Walmart is selling it, and Target has its own little small not collector's edition. To say collector's edition makes people think of like actual collector's edition. It's like a special edition copy that is like if you remember the Lord of the Rings editions where they had like those cards that you could change the front of the cover to look represent different characters.
yeah.
It's essentially that.
Uh,
So it's honestly I would go with the steelbook copy because steelbooks, yay.
I like the Steelbook one better just because I like the cover because it's just the Alliance and the Horde logo. It's simple. Um,
Steelbook.
and I think it's I think it's really cool. But yeah, it's like Walmart and Target always get special versions for their stores.
Which is surprising because usually Best Buy is the place that oh, if you live in Canada, which I don't know if we would have listeners in Canada, but who knows? Canada, Best Buy is where you get the steelbook copy of this particular one.
Well, there you go.
But like normally, yeah, like normally in the US it's Best Buy. I think it's the steelbook of everything. Because when these came out, like I'm a big 007 fan. I always have been. When these came out, these special steelbook copies of the Daniel Craig
Mhm.
007s, they were only buyable. You can only buy them at Best Buy.
Hmm.
And
Well,
yeah,
Walmart does get a lot of stuff with they do a lot of special stuff with Blizzard, so that might be why. Um,
Maybe. Who knows?
but I'm sure there will be other stores that will come out with special edition versions.
Yeah, when we get closer.
Yeah. But yeah, September 27th. So if you guys want some cool, I'm going to go buy it just so I can get some of that loot. So
Yeah,
why not?
it definitely makes it worth it because when you think about it, like Medivh is like what, $5 on his own,
Yeah, I think so.
and then like Gul'dan is $5 as well on his own.
Gul'dan, because he's a new character, I think he's actually 10
Yeah,
right
ten
now.
bucks on his own. Then
I,
like a copy of WoW is $20. So that's a copy of WoW you can give to a friend or family, or if you haven't used it yourself. So like that pretty much is like pays for the movie itself.
yeah, because it's only $20 for the movie, and you get
And $30 for the collector's edition, but then like if you pre-order it, it's $10 off, so it's still $20.
yeah. So uh, that'll be really cool. That's really cool, and it's at the end of the month. So I thought that was really cool. I discovered that today. I was like, hey, neat.
Yeah, I had no idea. Thanks for pointing that out, because like the second you did, I was like, Google steelbook copy of Warcraft.
Nice. Yeah, I was like, hey, that's kind of cool.
Yeah.
So yeah, the first wing of Emerald Nightmare will be out September 20th.
I am so ready. Me and my raid team are so like ready to go. We have not done anything together except for like me and like the raid leader have run a couple mythics together. So I have no idea where our group lies right now. I hope they're all 840 plus, because if
Yeah.
not, it's gonna be really freaking rough. But right now, I'm sitting at 843 eye level. I know for a fact that my raid leader is sitting at 840 ish, and she's one of the healers, so
Oh,
that's
that's good.
very good.
Yeah.
I know that our tank just hit 110 the other day, but that was because he had been sick and he had also had a bunch of work that he had to fly down to Florida or something for. But he should be getting gear scored up real quick, so that shouldn't be a problem. So I'm ready for this, and he's our main tank, by the way. So
I think that we have half. We are in a very casual guild, and so the excitement of having someone, because the last raid leader was like, I'm not doing it this expansion. I've got too much going on in my real life. I don't want to raid it. I don't want to lead it, but I'll pop into the raid and help out if they need it. But apparently raiding has never been a really big thing in my guild, so I was like, well, I guess I can do it, even though I'm melee, and I don't think I can do a good enough job as melee. And he was like, no, I'm melee. You can do a good job. Trust me. I was like, okay, I'll try it.
well,
I don't know
melee has
how good I'm gonna do.
always had a rough time in raids. Like at least for the past three expansions, it's had a rough time. It seems like a little bit of a renaissance for melee, but only in dungeons so far because
Yeah.
they've been maining it in dungeons. But it's gonna change when it comes to raids. But I mean, there's still gonna be melee. There's always melee, so I wouldn't worry too much about it. The,
I know that I'm gonna take a hit in DPS because I've got to pay attention to everybody else.
yeah.
Which which as someone who has always been like in the top of the DPS charts, that's gonna be really hard to take. I'm gonna be like
Mhm.
so sad because like I did so poorly last expansion in my DPS because I just couldn't, because I didn't raid, so because I didn't start playing hardcore again until the end, because you do the new stuff and then there's the big drought, so you kind of take a break, and then I like come back a few months. It's like, God, my DPS is horrible. But in order to get any decent gear to get good DPS, you have to go into the mythics, and I didn't have the opportunity to go into the mythics, so now I'm on top of DPS charts again, and it really hurts to know that I'm probably not going to be able to be on top of the DPS charts. It hurts. It hurts. Especially when you're a rogue, and it's like, finally, they're giving rogues some stuff in this expansion.
You're probably still gonna be pretty high. I'm not gonna lie.
Because
It's
rogues have not done very well the last couple of expansions, and then all of a sudden it's like, boom! Rogues rock this expansion. It's so fun.
Like I know for fact, like right now as an elemental shaman doing dungeons, trash, like I can barely pull like 80k. I can pull like 120k when I'm doing like really good and my 100% focus is there. But like we're so burst that like I have to save all my cooldowns for when we get to the boss. And when I do get to the boss, like I'm pulling like 200, maybe 300,000, and like I'm top DPS for like a good while.
Yeah, I do think that I do think some people focus too much on the DPS. I just like to be in the top 5 DPS. And
Hmm.
when I'm rating, like even like if I'm in LFR, if I'm in the top 10 in LFR, because so many people go into LFR, I'm
Oh,
cool
I
with.
don't even pay attention in the LFR. I'm like, whatever, like one, two,
Yeah,
one.
but it's I think that we focus so much on DPS that we forget that there are actually mechanics to the fights, and you have to pay attention because they got so casual with the gameplay, and LFR really helped with that. So I'm excited to see because they kind of did the mechanic thing a little bit last expansion. So hopefully this expansion it'll be a little bit better, and it's like you gotta pay attention. So yeah. Did you see about the Wowhead scavenger hunt thing?
I've already finished it.
You've done it. I've
Yeah.
never done a scavenger hunt, so
If you want, I can link you like the instructions and the cheat sheet.
okay. So yeah, Wowhead's doing a scavenger hunt. If you get whatever it is they're looking for, they give you some loots.
They enter you in a chance to get some loots.
Yeah. So that'll be kind of cool. Some of the prizes include virtual tickets for BlizzCon,
Hmm.
um, and some plushies and some other cool little
I
stuff.
can read it out for you if you want, real quick.
Sure, go ahead.
10 Nightmare Whelpling plushies, 10 Legion mouse pads, 10 Legion keychains, 10 virtual BlizzCon tickets, 5 Bulwark of Azonoth backpacks. So that's that really bulky, silvery, metal looking backpack that is like the shield that everybody used in
Oh
TBC.
yeah, that'd be a
And
neat
then
backpack.
and then the last one is Doomhammer with stand, which I already have Doomhammer back there. So I just don't have the stand because the stand is $75 damn dollars by itself. And it makes no
Holy
sense because
crap!
it's a piece of like Narraframe that is like just like ripples and that's it. There's nothing special about it whatsoever. It's not like the Frostmourne shard of ice. Like, did you ever see the stand that came out for the Frostmourne replica?
Uh
It's literally a shard of ice that when you stick the Frostmourne in it, it lights up.
Oh, I know which one you're talking about. Yes,
Yeah,
that thing
yeah,
is so cool.
that is worth it. That is just a piece of crap so you don't scratch your desk up.
Oh man. So yeah,
I am salty about that.
I
To
can
say the
tell.
least.
I can tell. But yeah, that's Scavenger Hunt by Wowhead. So check it out. You just go to Wowhead. They'll have it on their homepage.
When they announced the Doomhammer, I had to have it. I bought it the second it came out. Like
You're
I'm a
such a
shaman for
Blizzard
life.
fanboy.
Well, I'm also a shaman for life. When like I even have this like sitting in front of me just here.
Love it.
When they announced it, I was like, I gotta get it. There's no decisions to be made. That's mine.
Nice. So that's pretty much it for Legion. Um, Heroes has a good bit coming out right now. So the free hero for everybody went live today. I've actually already gotten mine. I got Thrall because I wanted Thrall.
I
Um,
got 4,000 gold.
Nice. Yeah, you get to choose from 3 heroes: Anubarak, Thrall, or Tyrande. If you have those heroes already, they will be replaced by Nazebo, Sonya, or Uther. if you already have those three, then you get 4,000 gold.
Which honestly feels like a jip. Like, some of those heroes are worth like 7,000 gold. That's annoying.
So, I mean, I would have taken 4,000 gold too, because I don't spend money in heroes.
I got like 34k gold right now though, so like I'm like,
I play
all right.
things and buy stuff with gold. So, um,
And they haven't released the gold mount that's been interesting in a while.
so, yeah, that's cool. I think that's cool. So yeah, go get your free hero if you don't have any of those heroes or your 4,000 gold.
So this just came out an hour and a half ago. If you want me to go ahead and break this real quick.
Okay.
Okay, so a couple of things in the spotlight. There's a bunch of PTR stuff that just came out. One of them is absolutely adorable, and I know you're gonna love it. It is a bobber that looks like Pepe.
Oh, nice.
So you can now get a bobber that looks like Pepe. There's a bunch of new mounts that are coming out for 7.1, I think. Yeah,
Okay.
for 7.1. So there's a smoldering ember worm, which looks pretty cool. A mount that I've been hoping that they will do, but they haven't done yet, which is an Arcanist's Mana Saber, which this one says it's only from Suramar questing. I hope it's not one of those quests that you get from like the freaking World Quest. I mean, not the World Quest, the followers. You have like a 0.01 chance of
Uh-huh.
getting them. You also there's a rock spine basilisk because basilisks are everywhere in this expansion, like every damn where. There's a new Dark Moon Fair mount called Darkwater Skate, which I haven't looked at yet. I'll bring that up and tell you what it is in a second. There's no
This
pictures.
just went out. This just came out about an hour ago.
Yeah,
Okay, so it must have just released like right before we started the podcast. Then.
yeah. Oh, this thing, the Darkwater Skate looks like a manta ray.
Oh, okay. Wow.
So yeah, there's
This is all
that.
stuff that's coming out in patch 7.1.
Mm-hmm.
When is that supposed to go live?
There's been no announcements on
There's
that yet.
still no
Th-
idea on
th-
that.
This is in the PTR, so the PTR just dropped on this. So
Gotcha.
my guess is because we're getting because Nighthold is part of post 7.1, right? Nighthold's gonna be like 7.2.
I don't know.
I think.
I haven't
Uh,
looked at what I know that we're supposed to be getting Wing 2 and 3 of the Emerald Dream by the end of October.
by the end of October.
Yeah. And that's the only thing I saw. Um,
Look up the Nighthold release date while I go ahead and read a bunch of this other stuff out for me real quick.
okay.
So there's gonna be a bunch of different items that are coming out as well. I don't know what in the world is, but it's called Falcosaurus items. And it's like a purple blossom toy, a fake teeth toy, a dirty spoon toy, and a tiny pack toy. Uh so like this thing is like a pet that you raise and it becomes a mount eventually. So that's interesting.
Oh, it'll be like the mount that you had to raise out in oh crap. Over the Unguro crater, the rafter mount.
Yeah, I think so. Like
Where
it's
you
looks
had to
very
go back
interesting.
daily and like feed it, and I actually didn't mind that. I kind of like
This
that.
one follows you around, it looks like, and it also gives you toys, I think. I
That's
don't know.
interesting. Okay.
I'm not 100% sure on that, so don't quote me cuz like a lot of this again is just, you know.
Nighthold is confirmed early 2017. That's all I can find.
Okay, so early 2017, so I imagine it's going to come out the
Possibly January.
no, 7.1 I think is probably going to come out it would be really nice since it's like Karazhan and it's
Yeah.
like really Halloween centric if it came out on Halloween.
I From what I hear, it's not. It's gonna come out after Emerald Nightmare has released everything. So
which is gonna be
which will be
uh
after October.
what? No, all of Emerald Nightmare is gonna be out
By the end
by
of
mid
October.
October.
Yeah.
Yeah, mid
So
October.
uh
Maybe.
I don't know. I don't know.
Who
I
knows?
was my husband thinks it's not going to be released until like February, March next year.
Hmm.
7.1.
Well, regardless, anyway.
Nothing we can
So
do about it.
so this is really cool.
But yeah,
So
that's
they're
really cool stuff from
and
the PTR so far.
this right here. So this is dating, pretty much dating the time frame. When is the Diablo anniversary?
I don't play Diablo, so I have no idea when the anniversary is.
The Diablo anniversary. Diablo. Hold on, give me a minute. This is the okay. So December
May,
31st was when Diablo first came out. Uh, Initial release date was December 31st. So we're looking around December 31st, probably.
okay.
Uh, Sometime. So the it's going to be sometime before December 31st. And the reason I'm saying this is because there's going to be a Diablo anniversary celebration in WoW.
Okay.
So some of the toys and items you're going to be able to get is there's going to be a toy, or no, it's not even a toy. It's some kind of, it's a blank Diabolic tome. You combined with 10 scrolls of Town Portal to create a tome of Town Portal.
Huh.
So I and it's like it's a secondary Hearthstone.
Okay.
It's an extra Hearthstone, so that's pretty interesting. Uh, there's a 12-string guitar that you can get, and it strums the theme to Diablo 3. New Tristram music from Diablo 3.
Oh, that's funny.
Uh,
That's wow. Okay. All right.
there's a currency called it looks like a currency. I don't know exactly what it is yet, but it looks like a currency called the Stone of Jordan, or it might be a ring that we can get. Who knows? Because the Stone of Jordan was a ring in Diablo. There's a free bind on equip 28 slot bag that we're gonna get called the Horagic Satchel, which is you know whose bag that is. Deckard Cain. If you didn't. So that's gonna be interesting. Like they've never done a Diablo celebration event in WoW, so that's really cool.
But it's what is it? 15 years or
20th.
20th?
20th.
20 years? Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay. That wow.
So
That's
that makes me think
there is
that
definitely
all
something big coming out,
that
and
our news late not our new well it's not news, but
all of the yeah, the things about Diablo 4,
yeah.
like they're definitely hinting towards something big. Something big with
Yeah.
Diablo.
So another thing that's coming out as well is we're getting the new reputation, which is Talon's Vengeance. We'll figure out what that is. I'm not even going to go into it. There's a bunch of stuff that comes with it. We'll get into that at a later time. There's also another pet thing coming out. Raiding with Leashes 4, Wrath of the Lich King is coming out. So these pets are going to drop from random Lich King raid bosses.
Oh, that'll
So
be fun.
Dreadmaw, we're getting a Dreadmaw pet. We're getting a pet that looks like a looks like a baby what's his name? The bone guy. I can't remember his name right now.
Oh, with the three heads.
Yeah. There's a version.
Malagos? No.
No, there's a version of him within in Black Rick Hold. I cannot remember the name of his head name boss right now. Uh
I know which boss you're talking about though. Yeah, yeah.
Lord Morogar. Yeah,
Marogar.
that's
I see.
Lord Morogar.
I was close. It's close.
Yeah.
I was actually pretty
Uh
close. I'm quite proud of that.
there those two bosses in the Plague Quarter of Wrath of Lich
Yes.
King. So there's gonna be one that looks like one of them.
Oh God.
The,
Yes.
there's a tentacle boss one. There's just a bunch of stuff, and it's really cool. And upon
Nice.
completing it, you get a celestial bunny.
Oh,
It's a bunny that
cool.
looks like that's the secret boss in and Ulduar.
Nice.
So that's pretty awesome, not gonna lie. And a bunch of the holidays are getting updates as well that I'm not gonna go into because that's a crazy amount of shit to go into.
So that's all stuff that's been released in the PTR right now.
Yeah, it's a giant list of stuff. Go ahead and head over to Wowhead if you want to check it out. It
Yeah.
just dropped an hour and a half ago. It shows the item that's going to be used to upgrade our legendaries to 925 from 895 where it is right now. So it's going to upgrade to a 925, the next
Damn.
legendary level. So it's this item is called Distilled Titan Essence.
Okay.
No idea how we get that yet, and I'm not going to look into that because that's later news. But yeah, that's a bunch of stuff that just dropped.
Sounds
So
like we have a lot to talk about next podcast. Damn, that's a damn. Yeah,
yeah,
I completely. Well, I mean, I do the news like in the morning, so yeah, that's cool. I'll have to go check that out
I just
after the
happened to be
podcast.
checking stuff out on Wowhead when it happened with the scavenger thing.
So back to heroes.
Yeah.
The battlegrounds right now are limited. They only have a certain battlegrounds that they're doing right now. And you
The
can
new
go,
battlegrounds too, right?
huh?
There's one out too.
Yes, there is a new one and a new hero. Alarak has dropped.
Hmm.
So if you want to know the list of those battlegrounds, you can just head over to the patch notes. It's got all of that stuff over there.
Hmm.
Because we're running out of time, which is why I'm not going into detail on that.
Hmm.
StarCraft 2 survey
Oh,
from Reddit. This is
this.
interesting. A
I hope
survey.
they do this for also for Heroes of the Storm.
This would be awesome. So, a survey from Reddit shows that some possible microtransactions could be coming to StarCraft 2. So, the transactions would include changing your voiceovers to like Morgan Freeman or Snoop Dogg.
I would get both of those.
So, and they have like apparently it's a whole list that a survey that wasn't supposed to be released and got leaked, and Blizzard was like, "Oh, we see you. We're always watching. Just know." And I'm like, "Oh, okay, all right." So it looks like they're trying to add some cool little microtransactions in there. There's some other stuff that they're looking at doing the
Hmm.
microtransactions for.
So I remember like Dota 2 had a bunch of like since it was Steam, it had a bunch of Steam themed voiceovers. So like you had the guy from the old man from Bastion would be talking to you, or like a bunch of stuff like that. It was really cool.
Yeah, so I find that interesting. I thought that was worth noting because there's nothing ever really that comes out of StarCraft 2. So it looks like they're trying to put a little new flavor into StarCraft 2.
It's another thing that I see being announced is something new with StarCraft because
Yeah,
like it
it's
is
still
kind of
there.
dead in the water.
It is. It's still there. It's still. I mean, it's still played, but
I
their focus
like
hasn't
remember
been on it much lately.
not even a few months ago we were reporting on there was a bunch of crime coming out of the StarCraft 2 community because like
Yeah.
now they weren't getting paid as much as they used to.
Oh yeah, yeah. So we'll see how that goes. They did have their new patch with their new
With Alarak,
yeah,
yeah.
with Alarak, which is a co-op commander. So that is now live. Hearthstone, something really, really, really cool about Hearthstone. They have sorry, I get the hiccups all of a sudden.
It's okay.
They have welcome bundles available for $4.99.
Hmm.
So you can only get one per account. However, these welcome bundles include 10 packs. And out of those packs, there is definitely at least one legendary card. It's not a golden card, though.
Hmm.
But it's at least one legendary card. And this is not just for new people, it's also for, it's for anyone who wants it. But it's old packs, it's old stuff. So, and it's only for limited time. So if you guys want to get some of the classic cards, that's what's going to be involved in the welcome packs.
It's gonna be very interesting. Oh, sorry. To see like what they do with Hearthstone as well at BlizzCon. I just thought about that as well because they always announce something for Hearthstone.
Yeah. So that's all I saw at Hearthstone right now. Because I mean, Karazhan's out. It's pretty popular right now. Everybody seems to be liking the one night at Karazhan. It seems to be really really fun. Um,
Isn't there a toy you can get in WoW right now that plays the theme from One Night in Karazhan?
I don't know. Is there? Because that would be awesome.
I
Because
think
it's
there
actually
is.
it's pretty fun theme.
I think Khadgar does with like the Wondrous Wonder Ball.
Ah,
I, I
okay.
I think I'm not sure. Like I needs footnote. Like, but uh, I'm pretty sure there is.
Nice. And then finally, Diablo. So I don't know how accurate this is. It was one of. It's really hard to scour for Diablo news because they are actually keeping that so quiet right now.
Hmm.
But there are speculations that Diablo 4 will be a mobile game. Not
Which
sure
would be
how
interesting.
they would do that. But yeah, so that's just speculation. It's not no confirmation. That did not come from an official
Source or anything.
source or anything like that. It's just somebody's theory.
I don't see that happening.
I don't know how it
That's
would
a
happen.
that's a little out of left field. I see a PS4 version of it. I see an Xbox One version of it,
I
maybe
could see
even
that.
a Nintendo NX version, but I definitely don't see a mobile version. Like if any mobile version comes out of it, it would be like iPad or something only. I don't see it being on an iPhone or something like that
Yeah,
because that's too small of a screen to play Diablo on. There's so much going on in Diablo. And if you were to play it on an iPhone or something like that, like half of your screen would be covered up by UI.
yeah. So I don't know. It's just there's not a lot of news out for Diablo because they are holding that for BlizzCon, which is in what, a month and a half. So
Yeah.
um,
There's
that's
definitely going to be something
yeah.
Diablo related at BlizzCon. If there's not, they've like been,
With
I don't
all
know.
of this crazy Diablo stuff coming out, with the cool Diablo stuff that they're gonna put in to WoW
And it's the 20th anniversary,
and
so
the
it's like the
20, yeah,
perfect time to
yeah.
announce something.
There's
Like we don't know if
definitely
it's going to
something
be an
coming.
expansion or anything like that, but there's going to be something.
Yeah. So that's it. That's all we got, man. So there's a lot going on in the Blizzard world.
Yeah, I'm definitely excited to see all of 7.1. Like 7.1 is starting to feel a lot like a beginning of an expansion in its own right, honestly. Like it's starting to get crazy enough like that because we have been wanting something new out of Karazhan for a very long time. And I remember every expansion we would speculate, like at the beginning of the launch, like since Wrath of the Lich King would be like, so when are we getting the Crypts of Karazhan? When is that gonna be a thing? Because
Oh, that would be so cool.
yeah, like and this is finally happening. Like we're finally getting something new out of Karazhan.
I like Karazhan. I wish I had been able to do Karazhan uh, live, like during its original expansion. I
It
think
was very awesome, but like the only thing was like the chess minigame was the death of like a lot of raid teams.
yeah, so I've heard. Oh man, but yeah, that's all I've got tonight. What about you? Anything else?
No, nothing else. Nothing that I'm seeing that's broken recently. Uh, just all that 7.1 stuff just got announced. They did release a bunch of models for Medivh and King Magni.
Okay,
Uh, but that's about it.
cool. So what you got coming up next week?
Next week raid.
Next week raid. Nice,
Next week
nice.
raid. It's gonna be like start raiding on Friday of next week probably.
I think that's when we are going to start as well, because that gives everybody time to hit 110 and get time to get, you know,
Good chance foods.
yeah. Because there's
Oh,
no way
oh.
I'll be able to hit 110 and get everything ready for next Tuesday. No way. There's no way. I don't have time for that. Uh, but Yeah, we're looking at raiding on Friday as
Nobody
well.
in our raid group has gotten a legendary yet either.
Oh.
Which is like, I mean, there's been people in our guild, like a bunch of people in CTR have been getting legendaries. Like if you are part of the CTR guilds, like at least one person in every CTR guild has gotten a legendary so far. Which some of them are good, some of them are eh.
Well, you want to close this out?
Yeah, go ahead. This has been the Omnic Fallout podcast. If you have any questions, please feel free to email us at theomnicfallout@gmail.com. You can follow UniEdge at Zov on Twitter, and you can follow Nymphadora at GamerNymphadora on Twitter as well.
If you'd like to donate to us, you can use the links below to donate. All donations go towards the podcast. Thank you for joining us, and we hope to see you next week. Same time, same place.
Keep training your withered army over there.
See you later, guys.